So in last video I had created schema for a database. In this video I'm going to create API for user. You can simply call it admin or subadmin. As you know, like in this phase I'm not going to create the super admin or admin sign up at the application end. I'll cover it on next phase. So let's simply create the API for register our admin. So here I'm going to use inside API I'm going to create a file called user.js, and here I need express. So const express is equal to require express. Using express I'm going to create a route for my API. So here I'm going to use const route. It should equal to express dot route. It should be a method. Save this one. Now I need to use furthermore dependency in this module. So let's quickly grab them. Just simply provide some space before the router, and here I'm going to use const, and I need something from express validator, as like when our request came I just simply want to check whether I got validate parameter or not. So here I'm going to use check comma validation result. After that I'm going to use const bcrypt is equal to require bcrypt.js. Using this I'm going to encrypt my password so that I can't able to see password from database. Please make sure you had installed bcrypt.js package, sorry. And one more thing, I'm going to use const jwt is equal to require JSON web token. Like when user sign up successfully, I'm going to return him JSON web token for private API. Next thing, I'm going to use config is equal to require config. Like for register JSON web token I need to provide some JWT secret, so I put it inside default JSON file. You can use any secret according to you, it's totally up to you. Next thing I'm going to use const user is equal to require, and here I'm going to give path of models / user. So that will hold the reference of our user collection. So here I'm going to just write a command for register user. Let's create a route for it quickly. So simply hit enter to the next line, and here I'm going to use router.post since it should be a post type request, and I'm using endpoint as first parameter, empty array for middleware, and after that I'm going to use async request response, and it should be an arrow function. Request response are parameter. So in the middleware I'm going to use just a check. First I have to check for name, and after that I need to provide some message if something went wrong with it. So here I'm going to write name is required, and here I'm going to use method dot not and dot is empty. Next thing I have to check for the email. So here I'm going to use check. First parameter should be email, like for which field you need to check, and after that you need to provide a message if something went wrong. So here I'm going to use please provide a valid email. It should be valid email, and I'm going to use method dot is email. Next one, I need to create the check for password. So just write check password, and inside message I'm going to like use 6 or more character in the password. So in message I'm going to use please provide a password with 6 or more characters. Like if password has length less than of 6 character, it will not applicable. So I'm going to use dot is length, and inside it I'm going to use min, and inside min I'm going to assign I'm going to use value of 6, like minimum value should be of 6 characters. So that's all for the check. Now I have to handle like if some error occur. So here I'm going to use const errors is equal to validation result, and inside it I'm going to pass the request here. After that, like if error has like some field, so I'm going to use if not errors dot is empty, means if our error field is not empty, and then absolutely there should be any error, I'm sorry. So if I'm going to use let ar is equal to the errors dot array, it should be a method. Then I'm going to use rest.status, and inside status I'm going to pass the status code of 400, and .json inside it I'm going to pass the message. And for message like throughout the app, for errors or specifically I'm going to use like same format. I have the status, and inside JSON I just simply pass the message. So inside the message I'm going to use array, and from its first index for 0 dot message, like very first message I'm going to send inside the message as a response. Now next thing, I'm going to use like a const destructure our parameters. So like name, email, password is equal to request.body, as all of these field I got from the body of a request. So next thing I'm going to just choose like I'm going to use a try and catch block, like and inside catch block, if there any error occur, I just copy the above line for rest status, and inside it I'm going to pass the status of 500, and in place of message I'm going to pass the server error. Since it's type any error, and if we got it inside catch block, I'm just simply pass error related to server. Also I'm going to use console.log, and inside console I'm going to pass the e here, and for just make it rest.status. By mistake I had to use comma in place of dot. Okay, now I have to move inside the try block, I had handled the error. So first of all I need to check like whether user already exists in our database or not. If user already exists, then we do not need to register it again, we just simply pass any message. For this I'm going to use let user equal to await dot user dot find one, and inside find one I have to make filter, and for filter I'm going to use email, and here I'm going to use $sign regex. Like I need regex because at the time of registration we can provide email in a lower case or uppercase, so I'm going to use regex for like ignore the case. So it should be new regexp. Inside it I have to pass email comma I, and it should be I should have a single quote inside it towards its round it. You can use double quote as well. So if user, like if we got some value inside user, means user exists. Also use return when are you sending the response, otherwise it will keep some error, like header can't be sent after response sent. So please use return where you want to send the response. So if user exists, I need to pass any message like user exists already, or you can simply use user already exists. It's up to you which message you use for your convenient. Also like if user does not exist and we haven't got any error, we need to save user in our database. So I'm going to use user equal to new user, and inside it I'm going to use pass name, email and password. But we are not going to save it. For admin I'm going to use true, I'll change it in second phase, like we'll expect admin value from the front end. But before save in the database, I need to encrypt the password. For this, I had used uh, what we called it, bcrypt. So here I'm going to just generate the salt. So salt should equal to await bcrypt.gen salt, and inside generate salt I have to pass the number. I'm going to use number of 10. So user.password should equal to await, and here I'm going to use bcrypt and dot hash. For generate the hash, I need to pass the value of password, and after that I need to pass the salt. So it will gonna encrypt my password. Just change the password. Now I am going to save it inside our database so that we can't directly access the password of user from our database. Simply use await user.save to save user inside database. Now when user save in database, I do not want to go for login step. Like if user sign up successfully, then simply go to further process. He can access private API. For that, I'm going to return JSON web token. So for this, I'm going to create a payload. Inside payload, I'm going to use user ID. It should be equal to it should be user.id. So here I had created my payload. So let's use it inside when we are going to use sign our JWT. So just press enter. I'm going to use JWT.sign. First parameter I need to pass payload, like for which information you are hiding behind your token. After that, I need to pass our JWT secret for like create the token or decode that token. So here I'm going to use simply config.get JWT secret. And also I need to provide it time, like at what time it's gonna expire. Here I'm gonna use millisecond time. You can use hours, days, according, it's totally up to you which time you are going to pass inside expiration. So after setup completely, I need to use like error token as parameter, and it should be an error function. If there any error occur, I just simply throw it. So throw error, and if there is not error, means we had successfully generate token. I'm just going to simply use rest.json, and inside JSON I'm going to use pass the token, so that after sign up user simply grab the token and start working with the private API. So let's simply start the server has been started, and our DB has been connected. Let's jump to the postman, and I'm going to create a new collection. I'll put all of the my API route inside that collection. So I'm going to give it name of local subscription. I just create new collection for this, and I'm going to create a post type request. Just open a new tab for it. So post, and here I'm going to use HTTP localhost. After that, you need to give your port number. So I'm using 5000 here, and slash API slash user. Let's check the route first. Here I'm going to use this one, but I think there is some remaining. I forgot to export this, so I'm going to use module.exports is equal to route, as if I do not export it, I'll not able to use it inside our index.js, and if I'm not using it, so I'll not able to request for this API. So inside index.js, here I'm going to use a comment for API routes, and I'm going to use app.use, and inside it I'm going to pass endpoint. Like after localhost 5000, I need to use this endpoint slash API slash users, and for this I'm going to give the path of our file. So inside require just move to the route slash API slash user. Save this. Now we're good to go, and let's restart our server again. DB has been connected successfully. Just move to Postman, and it should be user, and inside body I just need to pass the JSON. I'm going to use here raw JSON, and I need to pass name, email and password of user. So just to use JSON format, key inside key of name I'm going to pass, this should be double quote surrounding it, and inside key of name I'm going to use name and user1. Next key I need for email, and just keep it empty for now, and keep password key, value of password key empty for now. Just check for the validation are working fine or not. And if I send the request, there you can see I got response here, please provide a valid email. And if I let me zoom this for clear visibility to you. Let's provide some value to the email. So there I'm going to use an email at gmail.com, and if I send the request, there you can see I got a message in the 400 bar request, please provide a password 6 or more character. So after giving the password I got some error. Let me check what went wrong here. So error, okay, here I got this I use here get salt, it should be gen salt, as we are generating the salt for create the hash and to encrypt our password. So just clear the terminal once, and let's restart the server using node index. There you can see server started, also database has been connected. Then try to send the request. There you can see we got the token, and if you go to JWT.io and use this token, you will able to get user ID here.